This is the Remington Solar branded ionizer made by a company in China called Shanghai Fuso Energy. Again, this is a 7-volt ionizer. Produces about 2.5 watts of ionization power in full sun, that is. And we're going to review about the anodes. So the original anode that's provided with this ionizer unit is the size right here, which is a big anode. And the anode that Hilltop Solar has developed is the one right here, which increases the ionization capacity by over 300%. So which means that you're going to get 3 times more ions in the water than using the original anode right here. So right now I'm going to install the Hilltop Solar anode to clear up any confusion the customers are having and claiming that it doesn't fit. So we're going to prove it that the anode is being tested and fits the ionizer unit. Okay, there we go. So I'm installing the anode right now, and the anode's on the ionizer unit. So we're going to get a picture from the top here to show that if you look at this, that there is ample clearance of the anode and the cathode. Cathode is the coil, which is the negative. Now, in order for ionization to take place, you cannot have short circuits. So Hilltop Solar has developed this sleeve that's right here that goes on the end right here, which prevents the short circuiting process, which is where if the coil touches the anode, the ionizer will continue to work. Now what will happen here? What will happen here is that the anode itself is going to degrade a lot faster than the original anode, which is normal because the purpose of the anode is to be sacrificial, not to look like new. So if the anode is looking new, that means the unit is not ionizing majority of the time. So the reason why on this particular unit, we'll get back to the second part here, but on this one here, if you were to also purchase the basket that's from Hilltop Solar that we sell for this unit, as you can tell that it does fit. So we cut it away here to show an important feature. Okay, so on the top, so we have the metric size 8 wing screw, which is heavy duty, and we're going to put it into the anode right here. Now, just to add to that, the sleeve also helps with not having the wing screw seize in the anode. Okay, so as you can tell, the anode and the wing screw and the basket, it's installed and it's fine. Now, one of the things that you may notice once you install it is that you might actually see that little gap on the top. Well, we specifically made sure that the anode does not make contact with the bottom of the basket. The reason being, if the anode makes contact with the bottom of the basket, and as it's ionizing, the larger copper particles will make contact with the coil and it will stop the unit working. So it's a short circuit situation. So that's the reason why having that sleeve is very important. Okay, so now we're going to install the original anode, and as you can tell, and you will see the problem with this particular, the larger anode size that comes with the unit, and why it's not, why it doesn't do as a good job as the Hilltop Solar anodes. So this is the original anode size that is provided by the seller. And we're going to install this anode into the unit. As you can see, there is very little clearance. I don't know if you can see this. There's very little clearance between the coil and the anode. Very little. It's almost none. And in some cases, when the basket is installed, it'll start contacting the coil, and you just have just a floating ionized unit that's just not working in the pool. And now we're going to install the basket on this, and let's see how it's going to look here. Actually, it would make a difference, because when you put a basket on, see here's the problem. See, when you put a basket on this, I don't know if it's visible enough to be seen. The coil will contact the anode, and you absolutely have no way of knowing. So that's the reason why the anode from Hilltop Solar, that you can see right here, is far more efficient at ionizing copper silver ions. We do use a proprietary blend, which is very effective in reducing chlorine use by over 90% in a pool. All right, if you have any questions, email us customer service@hilltopsolar.us. Thank you.